The camera ran out of battery on that time lapse, but we're done. And if you noticed, I did bird nest it once when I was fixing this hole. I tried to weld on something that was rusty. And for some reason with 023 wire especially, you think it'd be the other way around. But with this welder, with 023 wire, trying to weld rusty stuff, which I do a lot, or trying to weld over something you don't wire brush, sometimes it bird's nests. And what that means is, inside the welder here, I didn't show you, but I did show you me changing the wire. Yeah, this job's been fighting me the whole way. I'm just about out of argon. I was really hoping I'd make it, and I did. There's like 1 pound left in there. Anyway, when it bird's nests, it doesn't go through this tube here into the sheath. It just wraps around and does crazy stuff, and nothing comes out. And you know you have wire, and you're just like, oh no, it bird's nested. It hasn't been doing it a lot lately. I did change the sheath to an aftermarket one. I probably should have used a Miller one. It does it now and then, especially on 023 when you're trying to weld rusty stuff. And when you're trying to weld rusty stuff, it's usually on a car or a truck, and you're using the smaller wire. You probably shouldn't be. When it bird's nests, you shouldn't be welding that rusty stuff. But this time it did it. I either had the gun pointed right on it and it came out, but I think what happened was I didn't clean off this spot very well. And it hit some of the stuff that you're supposed to wire brush off, obviously. You know, you're supposed to clean that off. Yeah, try cleaning it off. So yeah, we figured that out, and we're done. I mean, we made it. We don't have any argon left at all. I'm not going to do the edges on this. This one doesn't need to be super strong. A horse doesn't step on this small one. So with the last bit of argon, I'm going to make a little D-ring for this small one. I don't want to make a D-ring for this one because I think the horses are going to catch their hooves on it. I don't want anything folded over here. You know, I'm not too savvy on horses. I know about bikes and trucks and stuff, but you know, I haven't been around a lot of horses. I don't know if they're going to kick that little D-ring and hurt themselves, or decide to start kicking somebody else because they stubbed their toe on it. You know, horses, I don't know. I give them great respect. So I'm not going to put a D-ring on this one, but I will put a little ring or something, you know, that folds over on this one so you can lift it out. Maybe even two. This one's quite heavy. I think one person could lift this. Yeah, no problem. This might be a two-manner, man. This is probably 70 pounds. It's up there. Okay, so I thought I'd throw that in, you know, since the battery died. Don't worry. When we get this painted, grinding and painting, that's boring. We'll get back to these bikes. Don't you worry. We are going to get back to the fun stuff. Yeah, we're going to get back to the fun stuff, folks. Don't worry. It's all, the fun stuff is all under there. Hey, hope everyone's doing well. If you haven't subscribed, hey, it's free. You should hook it up because it gets these videos out to other people. The almighty algorithm will kick in. And think about being a paid subscriber too. I only have a couple of subscriber videos on there, but I'll have some more. Yeah, you know, I know this might be boring to some people, but a few people really like to see the time-lapse welding. My mom is one of them. She's always calling me and saying, wow, if you could only work that fast in real life, I've got some work for you. Old people. Anyway, yeah, they're still doing it. The cicadas are still doing it. Man, I thought the rain would make them chill out, but they are everywhere. Oh my God, it's incredible. It's almost deafening. Wow. You can see all the shells right there. Oh, we got pears this year, that's good. These pears are really grainy and tart, but we have them. Let's see if we can find one real quick. Wow, the cicadas are usually everywhere around here. Maybe they don't like the honeysuckle. Let's go over here. I know they're here. I can hear them. Maybe they only like certain trees. Well, there's a shell. Huh. Well, trust me, they're here. They're here. We'll walk back out. We'll check on those ones on the bushes from the other day. Man, they're so loud. I mean, it's an awesome thing, but kind of waiting for it to be over. Can't even hear myself think. Oh, spiders. Yeah, let's go out here. Here's where they hang out. Yeah, there's one right there. Hey, buddy. Are you done mating? What are you doing today? Oh, there's one here. Hi. There's one hanging out here. He's probably just hatched. Yeah, they seem to like the milkweed and the wild roses. Probably plants that are, oh wow, I should be careful. They're everywhere here. Wow, there's one there. Oh, he's drying his wings. Look at that. See, that wing is all crumpled up? He's drying it. He's getting it to curl out. He's pumping blood into that, I guess. Okay, we'll leave him alone. Yeah, they're definitely still here, folks. We'll leave you alone, buddy. Oh, and I saw something else in the dirt over here. I saw all these little 3/8 holes, and I can only imagine that that's where the larvae come out. All these little holes. See the little 3/8 holes? I thought they were spiders or something, but they're everywhere. There's little 3/8 holes everywhere. Well, I don't know the exact diameter of a cicada larva, but yeah, they're everywhere, these little holes. And I'm pretty sure they come up, you know, and then they crawl to a tree and do their wing thing. So apparently there must be still some coming out. Maybe it's not even the peak yet. Maybe it's going to be swarms, you know, blocking the sun. Yeah, like, you know, in Egypt when the Pharaoh was having his issues. Supposedly. Okay, yeah, hope everyone's doing good. Think about subscribing, or please do subscribe. We need to get this channel out there, you know. We need to get people to know how to do stuff. Seems to be a deficit right now. I mean, there's plenty of people that do know how to do stuff, but there's a lot of people that just don't seem to have the basic knowledge that they are going to need in life. And I'm worried, you know. I want people to be able to fix stuff on the farm and, you know, fix their bike. You know, I want people to be able to do that. Yeah. Okay. Positive vibes for everyone. Think good thoughts, man. Faulkner fixes all. The only channel that matters. Okay. Yeah, Faulkner fixes all here. These babies are done. You know, it's not show quality. I don't think the horses are even going to want to step on this, actually. They have cattle and horses and mules. They don't like to put their foot where there's bars. So maybe the horse won't even want to step on that. And that's fine, because it's off to the side of where they get cleaned. We'll see. Forgot about that whole part. They don't like bars, but how is it going to make it? Anyway, that'll definitely... I don't think I'm going to run it over with the truck. I was going to run it over with my truck, but I don't think we need to test it with the truck. I think it's very strong. No D-ring on this one. And this is still drying on this little one, so I can't really grab the D-ring, but you know, you get the idea. It'll fold over like that, and then when you want to pick it up, you just pick it up like that. It's just drying right now. Anyway, I didn't want to put that little, well, it's not really a D-ring. I didn't want to put that little lifting device on this one because I'm worried about the horse's hooves catching it. But this is a drain where horses will never be around. If they do, they're really shouldn't be there. Okay. Hey, have a good day, folks. I thought I would at least show you the finale. Okay, tomorrow's going to be a bike ride because we got to go do fun stuff because this is not fun, but we have to do it. Okay, be good. Think about subscribing.